What's good, everybody? It's your boy Rob, and I'm here to talk to you about the Ford Tesla announcement and what that means to a lot of people out there. Now, this is more like I'm going to give you my opinion just based on from what I've been reading and some of the information that I know personally, because I work at Ford Motor Company. If you do not know that, and I just so happen to work at F-150 plant where we produce the ICE F-150s and the F-150 Lightning EVs. So I'm going to kind of give you my opinion of some things that I think might be on the horizon with this agreement. Now, in the beginning, I was kind of upset. I was like, man, Ford has really made a commitment to CCS charging and what have you, and it kind of ticked me off. And then I started thinking about it from not so much of how much it will affect me personally, because I eventually may have to change my method of charging, but but what this could mean as far as the adoption of EV across the country. I think with Ford committing to the Tesla method, which is called NACS, it when you look at how Tesla charging port works, their charging setup is very, I don't want to say dumbed down, it's just very easy to use. It's not as intimidating as using something from like ChargePoint or Electrified America with the larger CCS plugs that you see with that extra adapter on the bottom, making it like this 5-prong setup. And the actual when you look at one of those charging units, it can be daunting if you're not understanding what you're looking at. And I always say one of the biggest problems for EVs will be having the charging method so easy. It will become as easy as just taking a gas nozzle and putting it in your vehicle. That's how EV charging is going to have to be if it really, really, really is going to take off. And using the Tesla method will probably help hasten that along. So I really do think in the long run, with Ford and Tesla coming together, hopefully they can put enough pressure as far as making NACS the North American standard. I'm not so much worried about what goes on in Europe because they already have their method and they're pretty much very unified in what they're going to do. But I really think overall having Ford use the Tesla method is a lot more easier. When it comes from a part standpoint of how it's set up and how the charging point, it'll be a lot more cost efficient for Ford to actually choose their charging setup in a method in the same way that Tesla does. So, it'll be interesting down the line to see how other car companies will come in, because GM and Stellantis, to a certain extent, and a lot of the other companies, Volkswagen, are pretty much committed to staying on CCS. So I think the only way they switch, if somehow they see Ford numbers start skyrocketing. Money moves the needle. No matter what a company says today, if they see another company profiting off of a certain standard, a certain way of doing things, they all will adopt. All car companies buy each other's product. So don't be fooled that they don't understand how everybody's car works. GM buy our cars, we buy their cars, Tesla buy our cars, so on. We all buy each other vehicles and strip it down and try to figure out what the other guy is doing and what can we adopt into our vehicle and then try to make it better. So with Elon and coming together with Ford's CEO, and they're making this announcement. I think they're also announcing to the government with the new infrastructure plan that they do have coming out to help build out a charging network that they will add a lot of NACS style plugs within that network. They're not just going to build out all CCS charging ports. And over time, I think the infrastructure plan for the electrical setup is anywhere between a whole decade. So Ford and Tesla is going to have a lot of time. It's going to be enough time for them to convince them. Maybe if they can bring GM into it to help build out a lot more NACS, so it won't be so much of a strain on the Tesla network. Because I do know there's going to be a lot of Tesla drivers that are not going to appreciate, because there are some Tesla supercharging areas where it's very crowded already with just Teslas alone. If you look at California, they are already having I don't want to say a overcrowding problems, but it is a lot of Teslas, and they do use that network. And then if you add in Ford, and let's say somehow 4 or 5 years down the road, GM jumps in, you know what I'm saying? That's going to just put a strain, and it's not going to be any good to anybody because nobody will be able to charge. I do think Ford and Tesla's ultimate goal is to move North America towards that standard, and everybody else is going to just jump in, I think, and help share the cost. So, do you think all the other companies out there, like Electrified America, ChargePoint, and some of those other companies, will switch over? Again, they're all companies that their needle is pushed by how much money they can make. And if they see a majority of people buying vehicles with the NACS ports, you can best believe somewhere down the line, maybe 5 years down the road, NACS being the standard, like I said, the ease of use will actually determine whether it will be the standard. And I think this is just my opinion. I really think it will be the North American standard. It took me a long time to come to that because, like I said, I was pretty stubborn about it. I was like, why would he do that? But when I look at it, and it's not something, I shouldn't feel like this is something personal. But at the same time, you got to understand what's best for business. And Ford will only do what's best for business. And everybody else, sooner or later, will follow suit. It's just a matter of time. So that pretty much does it for this opinion video. Let me know what you guys think down below. If you like this video, thumbs up. Also, I have a whole playlist of Mustang Mach-E videos. So if you're interested in looking at some of my EV videos, by all means, take a look at my playlist. And if you like Mustang Mach-E videos from me, I'm open to doing more. Let me know down below. And other than that, thanks. Catch everybody next video. I'm out.